welcome. This is the golden penny lab, but it's turning copper into silver and then a color of gold. We're not really turning into silver and gold. We're actually dealing with zinc and brass, okay? So if you haven't already, go get your lab sheet for this lab and make sure that you set up your notebook the way I pictured. All right, so there's a couple pre-lab questions that I want you to answer. The first one would be, what type of bond is a metal plus a nonmetal? Remember, ionic, covalent, or metallic. What color is zinc metal? That is something we'll talk about here. Zinc is actually a silver color. And what color is brass? If you have brass knobs around your house, you know that it's kind of a goldish kind of color. And then one of the definitions I want to give you is an alloy. So an alloy is something where two metals are together. So it's also a metallic bond. So we are actually going to deal with two metals today. We have copper in our pennies and we have zinc. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So I have my, put those down. I have my penny, which I've cleaned, and I'm not touching it. The reason I'm not touching it is because my oils from my hands can actually interfere with what I'm doing here. So I will never touch this penny with a hand. I will struggle to get it probably out of this beaker. And in the beaker, okay. No, I will not make a mess again. Okay. Is here, I'm going to have you pointed mostly towards the beaker as we're doing this. So what is in here is zinc chloride. And then I've also put some actual zinc just powder. And what does that look like? Pretty much it's zinc all ground up. So you can see it's in there and it's kind of a silver color. So what we're going to do is we're going to see what happens when we heat it up. So think about, what am I doing when I'm heating up? I'm adding what as I add the heat? So I'm going to put my penny in there. It's going to be a little bit hard to see, but you'll see it when it comes out. And of course, I'm going to have a hard time getting it out. But, okay, one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to put zinc chloride and we're going to put that copper penny. And one of the things Josie was going to show you, she can show you now, is we are going to turn the penny eventually, and she's going to hold it up in the camera. A little closer, Josie. And you can see that it's kind of a golden color, okay? And that is brass. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look. So I've got my penny in here and it's boiling. I'm adding heat. I've got the zinc and the zinc chloride. So why would I want to do that? Well, because I need to add energy. I need to add energy to start creating some bonds. And so what it does is it starts boiling. I'm going to turn it up a little bit faster. We're going to get this to go a little bit faster. Now, I would never tell you that in the lab because we don't want to get this stuff too hot. It can cause problems and start fires, okay? So I'm just going to take a look and see how my penny is looking. It's actually looking pretty darn good.
Your penny color changed, Mom.
My penny did color change, yes. So let me see if I can get it out. This is now my penny. Notice I'm not touching it. But now we've got, ooh, jeez. I dropped him. Now we have, and I don't want to put my face over that boiling beaker either because that's actually dangerous because I don't want to breathe in what's coming off of there, which is chlorine. So you can see there it's silver. And I'm going to put it back in because I want it to turn even more silver. And what this is doing is it's adding energy. It's causing the zinc to go ahead and plate and bond a little bit with the copper. So it's not actually, well, actually I shouldn't say bond because it's not completely bonding. We're going to do that one more time. But what it is doing is what we call plating. Underneath is the copper and on top is the zinc. So now we've got two things, copper and zinc. But they're not bonded yet. They are actually just separate. What?
It's a multimedia penny.
It's a multimedia penny?
Yeah.
Okay. It just has two things. So you can see it got even more silver. That's kind of where I wanted it. Okay.
Yep.
So what I'm going to do now is, Josie, can you take these tongs and you're going to put them down, grab the beaker very carefully and put it down onto my lab table here. So I'm just going to have Josie kind of put that down just because we don't need it now. Okay. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my penny over here and I'm going to just rinse it with some distilled water just to kind of get this stuff off. Okay. So here's my next thing. Okay. I'm going to have Josie come over and help me with the camera. Josie, can you go to the other side of the table there?
Yeah.
We're going to bring you down so that you can really point that camera down so they can see what's going to happen as it sits on this hot plate. I know my hot plate is dirty. Sorry.
Is that good?
I think so. So we're going to put this on and we're going to watch and we're going to see what happens as it sits on the hot plate. So now we're adding even more energy to this, okay? And we're adding heat and we've got copper and we have zinc, okay? And so what we're going to do here is we're adding more. And this is where we're going to form that bond. We want to make a metallic bond. And you can start seeing possibly it is starting to turn.
I looked away for 2 seconds, ma'am. 2 seconds.
Okay, and it's starting to turn a color. And you can kind of see it's kind of possibly, hopefully, let me see if I can get you guys down even farther. Okay. So you should be able to see it's starting to go from silver, sorry about all the moving, hopefully you don't, to this golden color, okay? And it's starting because what's happening is as I'm adding energy, the copper and the zinc are starting to bond. And so I'm going to flip him over, kind of hot. I don't want to touch it because number one, it's super hot. Number two, I don't want, okay, but I'm not very good at this. Hold on. Stop laughing at me. Ooh. And I'm going to flip him over. Now we're going to also heat it up over there. Okay. And so when we heat it, we want to not burn it because we don't want it to burn and turn golden. We want it to just, kind of like, you know, flipping around marshmallows.
We're cooking a penny.
Cooking a penny. We just want to cook it a little bit longer.
Make sure it's
I see.
medium rare, Mom.
Yep. Oh no.
Oh.
There we go. Let's cook the other side now. So you can see that this side got nice and golden. And that's just causing, because what's happening is now we're getting brass. And the longer I leave it on there, the longer that brass is going to be made. And you can kind of see I kind of scraped it accidentally. It's got a little silver on there. But it will continue to turn golden. And that is our golden penny. So after you have washed this and seen this golden, I'm going to rinse it in just a minute to show you once we cool it what it really does. I want you to go back and I want you to do the post-lab questions. So why did the penny turn silver? What were we adding? What were we plating onto it? And did the copper actually go away? And why did the penny turn a gold color? What was made? Okay, what kind of bond were we making? Okay, time to flip my friend here.
Mr. Lincoln.
Okay. And so what I want to do now is just go ahead and I'm going to cool it. This one, it probably needs some more cooking on that side. But you can see it's now a nice gold. Okay. And that's because it made brass. All right. So I'm going to put my pennies over here. Okay. So here's my nice new brass
Gold penny collection.
pennies. Yes, this is my gold penny collection. All right. So now that you've seen this and you've seen an alloy be made with a metallic bond, go back, finish those 4 post-lab questions, and I'll see you next time.